the Usana office. Okay, today we invited someone very special, right? Of course, from Team Freedom, you have the luxury of always, learning from this guy. But for a lot of people around the globe, right, he's very famous, right? Probably seen him on Instagram, right? Social media a lot. He gives lots of inspirational talks and stuff. But when we first met him, we were Emerald directors. Me and Mentor Ryan. And he came to the Philippines. He gave a talk in the convention, and we were so impressed that we asked time from him to have coffee, because that's what you do. You always want to grow, learn from who's better than you, right? You never reach the top. You never okay, I'm the #1 in this country, so what? There's lots of people who you can learn from, right? So he came to the Philippines, and he was nice enough to give us time, right? Because he could have just talked to the diamonds, right? We were not diamonds back then. But he gave us time. We talked to him. We learned a lot. Since then, we've been friends. We meet him at conventions. Whenever we see him, we see the lifestyle. What he could really achieve in Usana, right? And especially with every time he talks, you always get to learn something new, right? It's really the mindset of this person, of this leader, right? So he's gonna share with you. I don't want to tell his whole story, right? But he's one of our executive 2-star diamond directors. Sorry, 3-star diamond directors. So I'm pressured again, right? So yeah, 2-star, push for 3-star. Right, so our 3-star diamond director all the way from Australia. Right? Let's welcome, guys. Let's stand up, let's stand up. Let's welcome Mentor Louie Q.
Hello, hi everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody. How are we all doing?
Good.
You take photos? You take photos? Okay. Sit down. Take this product. You should try this business. Y'all didn't get prospected yet? Okay. I got what I called reverse prospected. Okay. I prospected myself. Okay. Here's what happened. My parents were using the Usana products, and they had great results. Okay. So I saw them. I watched my parents use the products. They got better health, and then they started doing the business. They started making some money. They were in a lot of debt. Okay, when I was younger, my parents were in a lot of debt. My dad invested in the stock market, and he lost all the money. Okay, so growing up, we were quite poor. And I understand, because in high school, there were days where I would go home, and we didn't have enough food. And that's weird for Australia. You don't not have enough food in Australia. But those were the days where it was like a meal, and I had to split it 3 ways, and everybody ate just a little bit. I remember those days, right? And it was tough. I didn't enjoy it, but somehow the food portions got bigger. I was like, oh, what happened today? 1 year later, food portions got a bit bigger. I was like, what is this magic? What are they doing, right? And they were running the Usana business. So I saw them. I saw them take the product was good. I saw them do the business was good. So I turned 18, and I said, I want some of this money. Okay? Y'all doing it? You guys are doing a good job? I want some of it. So they said, as any parent would say, no. If your kids wanted to join your business, Rich, would you say no?
I would let them make their own business center.
Well, there you go. I didn't even get that, bro. I wanted to do that. I was like, I don't even want your money. Okay, let me join myself. I'll join under you. If you don't want me to join under you, I'll join under somebody else. I just want some of this, what you're doing. It's working. I just want some of it. And they were like, no. I asked him why. I was like, come on, man. Why? It's so good for you. Why not for me? And he said, you gotta go to school, study hard, get a good job, hate your job, and then you can join Usana. Okay, I gotta go. I just graduated high school, so I was 18. I just go to school. That's 4 years for me. And I studied nutrition, 4 years. After I studied nutrition 4 years, I'd be 22, 23, and then I'm gonna work. And I'll work for 5 years until I hate my job. Because when I first start working, I'm gonna love my job, right?
Yeah.
I'm in a hospital, I'm like all cool, and I'll wear a tag, I'm enjoying my job, right? 5 years later, I start hating my job, and I'm like 30. I don't wait until 30 until to get rich, right? I wanna start earlier. So I reverse prospected myself. So I said to my parents, yo, you guys have been working really hard. Go for a holiday. Get out of the country, go somewhere else, right? Go for a holiday. So I don't know if you guys know this story. And then John and Lisa went, my parents, they went back to China for a holiday. I said, yes. Not a problem. They gave me all the money, right? Because I gotta pay the bills, right? I gotta pay all the bills and everything. So I was controlling the money. And I saw the money come in. I was like, damn. Like, I know they're on a holiday. I know they're not working. They're in China. I know they're just chilling, doing nothing. And I'm getting this check. I'm not working for it. I'm getting this check from Usana every week. And I use this check to go pay the bills. Next week, another check, but no bills. I paid last week. Next check, no bills. Next check, no bills. Wow. I'm quickly becoming very rich. But it's not my money. So I said, I really want this, okay? So I started talking to my friends. I had this friend who is a really smart guy. He went to become a dentist, okay? A high school friend, really smart. I said, this guy, and he's like street smart too. He talks smart, he's like high IQ. I'm like, this guy, me and him, we're gonna be like diamond. I didn't know stars back then. We're gonna be like diamond directors, right? So I talked to him, I get him to come to my house. I said, bro, we're gonna get rich. He said, I'm gonna be a dentist. I said, that's cool. You can be a dentist and do this too. You can be rich, like double rich. And he said, okay, all right. So I presented the Usana opportunity to this dentist. And he was not interested. He said, this is illegal. I said, no, it's not. I said, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay. Weren't going anywhere. I said, why do you say it's illegal? And he said, the shape. It's a pyramid. I said, it's not even 3D, it's a triangle. It's not even So this guy, who was one of my best friends, he said the business that I had so much hope for, he said it was illegal. I was so sad. I was really sad, I had another guy who I was trying things, right? So I put an ad on like my university marketplace. I was like, anybody want to be rich? Don't do this. Don't call me right now, okay? So anybody want to be rich, call me. So this guy called me. He's like, I want to be rich. How do we be rich? I said, come to a presentation. This guy comes to I don't know who this guy is, right? He comes to a presentation like this. I sit down with him, next to him. It's all good. He's enjoying it. I'm sitting down. I'm looking over him. He's nodding. Oh, good. All right, this guy's going to sign up, right? And then the presenter, started presenting the triangle again. And this guy was like, I was like, this is not good. But he's still sitting there. He's like, I need to go to the toilet. Okay, all right. So I guided him to the toilet. I said, sir, the toilet is just right through there. The exit of the building is there. There's only one way out. So he goes to the toilet. I went here. It's taking a long time. And then my dad walks out. He's like, where's your friend? I said, not my friend, okay, but he's in the toilet. My dad said, okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet. So he went to the toilet. And then my dad walks out. He's like, he's not in there. Well, I said, well, where is this guy? His exit is there. There's only one door, out. He's gone. I go inside the toilet. He's not there, but the window is open. And that window is never open. So this guy must have jumped out the window. And what's really funny, because I don't know him, he doesn't know me, right? So one day I'm on the street and I'm walking and I see this guy walking across. I'm like, I know you. And he's like, I know you from somewhere. And we couldn't remember where. It was that guy that jumped out of the window. Right? I was like, I know you. Huh? I know you. He was about to come over and say hi, and he remembered. I was like, oh. and he just walked away. Which is, that's how I started the business, guys. So much fun. Anybody have similar experiences? Yes? Well, hey, welcome to the club. It's all good. And then, here's a funny thing. I had a neighbor who's, anybody like into rap music and NBA, like Eminem? Okay, so this guy, he loves Eminem. Okay, he's like Eminem's music raised him, right? He's a Chinese guy. He's got bald head, okay? And every day he's out there trying to dunk a basketball, but he's not that tall. So he's trying. Every day he's dunking, and he's wearing clothes that are like so big before it was in fashion. You know, he's just walking around like this. I said, this guy is cool, he's my friend, but he's not coming in my business. I don't want this guy in my business because everybody will be scared, okay? Like if you see this guy, you'd run the other way, right? So I said, I don't want him in my business. So one day I was hanging out with him, and he said, so you've been like talking to people about business. I see you, you're wearing a suit. I said, yeah. Can I join your business? No. No, seriously, I want to join your business. But like, no. No, I don't want you. Go join that guy. Right? But he was like, no, tell me about your business. Tell me about your business. Peer pressure, man. I was like, okay, I'll tell you. Just don't hit me in the face. I'll tell you. I told him about my business, and he joined 3BC. I don't know why. It was the same business, same pitch. In fact, I was really scared, and he joined. I was like, whoa. And we were 18, right? And back then, at that time, gold director was like king. Like there was no gold directors. Like if you're a gold director, you're like king, right? He became my first silver director. Eminem guy. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like you can't predict. We try to predict our business. We try to think, this guy's smart. He's gonna be good. We're gonna like go find a guy. This guy, like we prejudge people. Right. But after 14 years in the business, I realized you can't predict the business. So don't try, you don't know. People will be people. People will be good, people will be bad, people will impress you, people will disappoint you. It's just how it is. Right? I went against my parents. I was doing this all while they were having a holiday. Until one day this guy signed up 3BC and I don't know what to do. I got the form. Who do I give it to? I don't know what to do. So I'm like, I have to call my dad now. I have to call him because I don't know what to do with this form. So I call him. How's China? China's good. Yeah, good. How are you? Busy. Busy with what? Non-Usana things. And then finally, I'm so scared. I tell him, by the way, I need some help. So what do you need? You got money? I'm like, no, not money. I need some guidance. I have a form. I don't know what to do with it. I said, okay, what form? Is it a bill? I mean, no, it's not a bill. It's a Usana form. It's got someone's signature on it. For 3BC. What do I do? He's like, what? 3BC? I'm like, yeah. And then he told me I had to fax the form to Usana back in the day, so I had a fax machine. And then Usana got the fax, and that was the first guy I sponsored, right? And then my parents were like, oh, crazy. And then my parents were like, you gotta stop that. I'm like, I ain't stopping. Now you gave me the skills. I know what to do with the form now. I ain't stopping. So I went out and I continued talking to people. But it's a journey. And for the past 14 years, a lot of things have changed, right? The world has changed. I didn't have an iPhone back then. Now I do, right? iPhones didn't exist back then, right? I never lived through a recession. Now I live through two, right? The world is like fast. It's evolving. Like now there's Airbnb, there's Uber, there's cryptocurrency, and now there's AI. You better make money quick, because soon we'll all be dead. That was a bad joke. We'll cut that from the tape. I love AI, it's great. So the world has changed, okay? The world has changed really, really quickly. And as I'm running my Usana business, I'm adapting. Every year I'm adapting. I'm trying to do things differently. I'm trying to keep up with the world and what's happening, right? And 2023 is a really interesting time to be with Usana. If you're around my age, like 30-something, 34, I'm 34, there you go. Around like mid-30s or whatever, right? If you're under that age, you've never professionally lived through a recession before. Like, you may have been a kid, and if you're a kid and there's a recession, you're just like boring news. You have no context, right? You've never been through crazy inflation before. You hear inflation, you're like, yeah, whatever, I don't understand that, right? It's only when you're a working professional adult and there's a recession and there's high inflation and there's all this crazy economic stuff that you're hearing on the news, that's when it starts to get real, okay? But if you're under the age of like 34, you were not 18 when the last recession happened, when the GFC happened. So, you don't understand what's happening. You don't understand the timing, but I do. I've been through that, and I'm going through it again. When did my Usana business grow the most? Was the last recession. Why did it grow the most in the last recession? Is because the Usana business does not prejudge, does not pre-qualify anybody. You should have met me when I was 18. I was cute. You would have liked me. But we haven't met yet, you know, so it's all good. Anyways, you should have met me. You would not place your bets on me to be successful. You might think, okay, he's tall, he could be a basketball player. Okay, I was a tutor in chemistry, so maybe I'll be a teacher, right? Or so you would not think that I'm like an entrepreneur. You would not think that, because that's not who I was. But Usana didn't care. My parents didn't want me to, but Usana didn't care. I walked into the Usana meeting, everybody's like, welcome, you're 18, great, that's awesome. Usana is what you will make it to be, whatever it is. And it's fair, it'll be fair. It's going to be fair. Okay, you put in the work, and I'm not just talking about time, because like, a lot of people put in time. They go, when did I join? You log into the hub, like, application date. Oh, that was 5 years ago. Wow, I've been doing this for 5 years. Have you? You've enrolled for 5 years. Have you been building the business for 5 years? Were you actually working? Or were you just like enrolled? Right? Because for me, 14 years, I was building. Good times, bad times, good times, bad times. I was building. I had big teams, people left. Big teams, people left. I never left. You keep on building, right? Usana will give you what you put in. That's it. It's fair. Like, actually, nobody gives a crap. Like, Rich, he's rich. Like, money, rich. His name is also Rich. Okay. Like, Usana does not like him better than anybody else. Usana does not give Rich the advantage just because he's a nice guy. Anybody can be at his level. Usana doesn't like me better than any of you. When I first started, they don't even know me, right? Usana pays me because I put in the work. Usana pays Rich because he put in the work, right? Ryan and Brad, they put in the work. And that's what we need to do, is the successful outcome of your individual businesses is going to be based on the work that you put in. So anyways, fast forward. 14 years later, I'm still with Usana. Hello, I'm still here. Yay! And Brad was like, yo, I want you to do a training. I was like, okay, what do you want me to train on, right? And then I got these 4 things that I want to train on, which is these 4 mindset tips. I'll be real quick, and then we can do some Q&A. You have any questions? No? Okay, then we don't do a Q&A. I have 4 tips, 4 mindset tips that's going to help you succeed in this business. Okay, so if you're writing them down, then write them down. If you're not writing them down, you should be. Who here's got rich parents? Can I get a show of hands? Rich, successful parents. Nobody? Yeah, you be honest, it's fine. Own it. Be proud. This guy's parents is really rich, by the way. These parents make me look poor. If you don't have rich parents, that's cool. That's cool. Generally speaking, there is a generational trait that carries over from generation to generation. Because you watch your parents. You behave like your parents. You get taught by your parents. So if your parents were not, quote unquote, successful or wealthy, it's just a little bit harder for you to be wealthy because you didn't have that example given to you. But if you trace every successful family back, there was always that first generation who had poor parents and they didn't care, and they were the one that changed the trajectory of their entire family. There's always that first generation. Okay? If you had rich parents, you trace that back, eventually you'll get poor, and then there was like your great-great-great-grandfather who was like, did something crazy, and then became rich. There's always that first generation. That first generation, the trait is they did something completely different than the previous generations, right? I know friends from Malaysia, right, where their grandparents migrated from poor fishing villages in China to a brand new land of Malaysia. A lot of Chinese immigration at that time. That was crazy. They had no money, their wives were back in the villages, and they all went to a brand new place to explore. Most of those people who are successful, they became multi-millionaires. Some of them became billionaires. They started within one generation, within one lifetime, they had public listed companies under their name. Wow. From a poor background. Okay, now that doesn't have to be, you don't have to migrate somewhere because the times have changed. If you're in a fishing village in China, like in the 1940s, like that was it. You either fish a lot or that's it, okay? There's no opportunity, right? But for now, everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a laptop, right? Everybody's got access to YouTube. You can learn anything you want on YouTube, right? You, every single person sitting here, you could be that first generation. So if you didn't put your hand up then, right, it means you didn't have rich parents. You have to decide, am I gonna be that guy or that girl that's gonna change the following generations like right now?
Yes. Yes.
You did that. That's a choice. And here's the thing, if you don't do it, that's okay. Maybe your kid will do it. But that's like every parent, isn't it? It's like, no, I'm gonna leave it to my kid. I'm just gonna feed them well and leave it to my kid. Or you could do it. You could do the heavy lifting. And then when your kid comes, they can take it to another level. And the next generation, another level. And the next generation, another level. It just depends what you choose to do. So the first mindset tip is pick that choice, be that person, be the first generation. Be the first generation in your family that buys a Ferrari. Why not? Be the first generation in your family that buys a big house. Be the first family that raises their kids in private schools. Just because. Like, why not? It could be you. I'm looking around, and I don't know many of you personally, but I'm like, why not? It could be you because you don't seem worse than me when I was 18. I didn't know anything when I was 18. I did okay. I'm still growing. If I can do it, you can do it too. Okay? So be that first generation that's going to change the course of your family's life. Okay? If you want to be that first generation, I just get a show of hands. All right, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Because it's comfortable just to raise your hand. Now I'm going to keep it up. Okay? This is like, yeah, keep it up, keep it up. If you want to be that first generation, keep it up. It's a declaration, right? You're keeping it up. Now it's uncomfortable. Now it's becoming a little bit difficult. You're still keeping it up. Even more uncomfortable. But that's what it is. If you want to do something different for your family, you got to go through this discomfort. You got to go out there and show people, look around, look around. Remember these faces. Hold them accountable. Add them on Instagram. They're like, are you rich yet? Are you rich yet? Your kids in private schools yet? You got that Ferrari yet? hold each other accountable. Okay? Public declaration. Okay, look around. Okay, put your hands down. Good job. Round of applause. Good job, everyone. The second thing is never give up. It's easy to do this, by the way. It's easy. And then you're at conventions, even easier. You're like, yes! Diamond! And then get your mentor's like, mentor! I want to hit diamond! Next week, let's start! I mean, it's easy, that's easy, that's easy. And then you're gonna go home, and then it's gonna be a little bit harder. Okay? And then it's gonna, okay. Never give up. You know why? Giving up is like a muscle. If you keep working out that muscle, it's gonna keep getting stronger. That workout, I'm gonna give up muscle, is gonna get real strong, and that's one muscle you do not want. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something. Can I get Kevin and Norman to join me on stage? Hi everybody, this is Norman. Hello, this is Kevin.
Kamusta?
So these guys, they're great. They're amazing people, and they've been working out. They've been going to the gym, okay? And they actually secretly have a competition. It's not so secret, but they have a competition, like a bodybuilding competition between them, okay? And they're gonna see who has the better body. Now, this is many, many months later, but I thought it would be nice to do a preview. So, without revealing too much, because, you know, they were kids, okay? Like, can you show people your progress, Norman and Kevin? Like, just, you guys want to see us in progress? Okay, so we're gonna, if you think that Kevin deserves to win, let's cheer for Kevin. If you think that Norman deserves to win, cheer for Norman. I think Kevin wins for now. Thank you. All right, go sit down, sit down, sit down. They're good friends. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, these guys, like, they work out a lot. Okay, they work out a lot. They're always at the gym. They're pushing weights. They're so embarrassed. Okay, so they're always pushing weights. Now, Norman is a bit shy, so we didn't see some things, okay? But with Kevin, we saw a bit more, okay? Those muscles don't appear like just instantly, okay? I know how hard he works on those muscles, okay? He pushes the weights. And the weights are uncomfortable, right? If you ever push weights, they're uncomfortable. But the more you push against that resistance, the stronger your muscles get, right? It's the same thing with your mind. So if you don't work out your mind, and sometimes something gets hard, and it's tough, and you give up, then you get weaker. But the muscle of giving up gets stronger. You do that all the time. You do that all the time, right? Your mind is gonna be weak because you're not working out. Just like muscles. It's fair. It's totally fair. The more you work out your mind, the stronger you're gonna be. You gotta find opportunities every day to work out your mind. When I was studying, 3 years in of my studying in university, I became a diamond director. Which is awesome. And then it became really hard because I'm like, do I quit now? Like, do I keep studying because my business is going well? Do I keep studying? That's a tough choice. Guess what I did? Did I study or did I quit? I kept studying. Yeah, I kept studying. I finished my degree and I never worked a day in my life, but I got that piece of paper. Why? Because at the time I was like, damn, if I quit now, for whatever reason, I'm making that quitting muscle strong. But if I don't quit now, I'm making that not quitting muscle strong. So if I want that not to quit muscle really, really strong, this is a great opportunity because I should quit. It makes sense for me to quit. And if I'm not quitting, that means I'm pushing a really heavy weight right now. And if I can go through with this, even when I don't have to, wow, how strong am I going to be? Right? So find opportunities to make your mind stronger and never quit. Don't even make that an option. Quitting is never an option. Like never. And if you don't make it an option, then it's okay. You go to a restaurant, it's not on the menu. Okay? You don't pick it. Okay? Don't ever make that an option, and then you'll be mentally stronger. Don't go into that zone of like, oh, should I quit? Should I not quit? Should I quit? Should I not quit? Pros and cons. The more you dwell on it, the weaker you become. Don't even think about it. Okay? If your business is good, great. Keep up the momentum. If your business is crap, good. Call somebody for help. Like, yo, struggling, need some help. Okay, let's help and let's push each other forward. Quitting's never an option. Don't quit, because if you quit here, you're gonna quit later. You quit on your kids. Your kids are gonna throw a tantrum, you're gonna quit. You quit in the future, you're gonna quit because that muscle is getting strong. Which muscle do you want? Okay, you want the quitting muscle? No.
No.
Right, you want that strong muscle, strong mental muscle. Okay, so never, ever quit. Third point. Two objects cannot occupy the same space. You can't have light and dark at the same place. You can't have faith and fear in the same place. You can't have past and future in the same place. You can't have both. What I see a lot of people do is they look at the past and they want the future. And then they're wondering why nothing's happening. Well, like physics, like it does not work. Like it does not work. Now, we all have a past. Everybody here's got a past that's holding you back, whatever that past is. In order for you to move forward, you gotta let go of that past. Right? If you want a future, you can't have fear in the same equation. There's a cost to everything, right? And sometimes letting go of the unhealthy stuff is the cost that's gonna drive you forward in your business. Right? Two objects cannot occupy the same space. So, if you're running the business and you just got rejected like I did, right? The guy jumped out the window and all that sort of stuff, right? You just got rejected. How do you feel? You're a bit sad. You just got rejected. It's okay. It's okay. It's normal. But do you stay there? No, because if you stay there, the future can't come to you because you're staying in sadness. You're staying in rejection. You're staying in fear. Oh, I don't want to do it again because they're going to jump out the toilet again. And the toilet window's going to break. I don't want the toilet windows to break. Oh. If you stay there, your future can't come to you. So if you want your future, you're going to go, you're going to step out of there. Go to an empty spot and go, okay, I'm leaving that behind. I'm going to move forward. What do I have to do to move forward? Maybe I'm going to call someone. Right, maybe I gotta text someone. Maybe I gotta go out there and meet someone. Maybe I gotta go network. Maybe I gotta go connect. Maybe I gotta film a video. I don't know. Whatever you do to build your business, it happens out here. But imagine if you stayed in here the whole time for 5 years, and you look back and you're like, oh, I've been doing the business for 5 years. No, you've been being sad for 5 years. You've been doing the business for once, and you got sad, and you stayed sad for 5 years. That's all you did. Now you're gonna step out. Continue your business. Okay, two opposite things cannot occupy the same space. So if you want the future, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Look at the future. Grow yourself. Get better. Read a book. Talk to your mentor. Listen to Gary Vee shout at you. You know, like any Gary Vee fans? Like sometimes just like swearing at me. It's like, okay, I'll go hustle. Okay, yes sir, I'll go hustle. You know, like get in that environment that's gonna drive you forward, whatever works for you. Get in that environment. Our last point, and this is super powerful. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing.
Correct.
I'm just gonna leave that there. Thank you. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. If there's something you don't like in your life, cool. Do something about it. And if you're not going to do something about it, that means you chose it.
Power. Amen.
Well, I don't more friends. Okay. Okay. Do something about it. Because if not, you're choosing to not have any more friends.
Agree.
I've been rejected too many times. Okay, that's cool. Do something about it. Grow a skill, meet new people. But if you don't do that, you're choosing that. You're being that guy that kept getting rejected. And it's safe. See, it's psychologically safe to do that because it gives you a reason why you failed. I failed because I have no friends. I failed because I got rejected too many times. I failed because I didn't have rich parents. I failed because I didn't get enough help. I failed because gives you all these reasons of why you failed so you can sleep better at night when you're poor. That's it. As simple as that. But in reality, you chose to be poor because you didn't do anything about those things. So whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. And that's tough for people, but that is like the biggest love I can give you. Because that is the most empowering message ever. It means you actually have control. It means you actually have power, right? It means you actually have the responsibility to do something about your business. You're never, and the world wants to tell you otherwise, okay? But you're never, ever, ever, ever disempowered to change your life. Like never.
Agree.
It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what other people tell you. You always still have the power to go somewhere you want to go in your life.
Agree.
And most people fail because they stop believing that. They tell themselves, they lie to themselves that I can't do anything anymore. I can't do it anymore. I got no choice anymore. That's what people tell themselves to give up. Okay? And those people, they hope that their next generation is going to be rich. But you're making it harder for your next generation because they're going to watch you give up. They're going to watch you be poor. They're going to watch you make excuses, and then your next generation has to overcome that programming for them to do well. You might as well show them a strong example of like when it gets tough, I don't give up. My parents weren't always rich, by the way. They're still not like super duper rich. They're not like driving Ferraris or whatever, right? But I saw them when it was tough, they didn't give up. I stood on that. I stood on that. I stood on those times when we had to like eat food 3 ways. I stood on that. I stood on the fact that my dad and my mom would go out there and work, and then they'll come back, eat a quarter food, and then they'll go to a meeting. After a meeting, they'll get changed out of their suits, and they'll go into cleaning gear and go clean offices, and come back like really, really late at night, and then wake up the next morning to go clean an office again before people come in. I seen that. That's a step for me. They gave me that step. Okay, what step are you giving your kids? What step are you giving your next generation to look at? Because they're either seeing results of determination, they're either seeing like character, or they're seeing excuses. That's my last point. What you're not changing, you're choosing. You have the power. You have the power. Aren't you that like Korean like
He
song?
is! He is! He's in the train to Busan.
Yeah, we have a He's in Eternals.
Yes, also in the
I'm joking. You want a selfie with him after? We have a celebrity. Yeah. But hey, guys, have fun. Have fun at convention. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I did not meet Rich until I met Rich for the first time, and we met at convention. I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." He said, "Hi, I'm Rich," and I was like, "Wow, so much energy. Let me just get that energy off him, right?" This is a great time for you guys to connect with each other because you're all peers. You're all going through the same experiences. Like if you look around, if you think you got it tough, the guy next to you probably got it tough too, or even tougher. Okay, like everybody is literally on the same team trying to get to the same place. Okay, I love getting messages from Rich. "Hey bro, when are you hitting 4-star? They're like, "Oh, accountability. I love it, okay. You know, like it's great to hold each other accountable and remind each other, because out there, a lot of people want to see you fail.
True.
Because when you fail, they look good. They're like, I told you so. Don't make them look good. Make each other look good. Okay? Make each other look good. Help each other, push each other on. See that community that's going to empower each other instead of out there everybody's tearing each other up. No, in here we build each other up. Okay? So connect with each other, learn from each other, learn from your mentors. Have the best time at convention. I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys. Okay? Thank you very much.
So guys, we can either make money or make excuses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Correct.
marami ba natutunan? You learned?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright. So, you know, as I was listening to the story of Mentor Louie, I think it happens to everyone, right? You get rejected. But the similar thing happened to me as well. So I was sitting my PPPS, invited one of my friends in high school. He came for the presentation. After the products part, he went to the restroom, never came back. Same story. I guess you need to go through that to become the next time. Right? So if you hasn't happened, it's okay. Look for that person. Look for that guy. Okay. So guys, let's open the floor to some question and answers. Right? If you maybe 3 questions, we can do that. Yeah, 3. All right. So guys, okay. Who has the first question for Mentor Louie? Go guys, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on. Going once? Going twice? Okay, question. All right.
You always have to
So we
force
have an
somebody.
associate from a forced question. Okay, so mentor is forcing this person. Okay, so we have an associate, Marielle, from Dubai, right? So I think you've met Mentor Louie in the US, right? So you have a follow-up question on that.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Might need a microphone.
Yeah. Okay.
I might cry, mentor.
You might cry.
You
Go
probably
ahead.
we're just gonna keep trying.
Question
It's
and
okay.
cry.
It's
I
okay.
think you still remember me. So my question, mentor, is about leadership. So it's most of us are struggling with leadership. So, oh my God. So what's your advice for the associates who are trying their best to like grow themselves and yeah, what's your advice for us? We are trying our best to be a leader, but you know it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any experience handling a big organization.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Are
What's your
you
advice?
trying? Are you learning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying my best really
Good.
hard.
Good. Can I tell a story? Can I tell you the story of the plane? Yeah. We were on the. Sorry, you don't have a choice. Great example for you. We were on a plane here to Korea, and my wife and I we were just sleeping, watching movies, and then suddenly we hear someone shout really loudly on the plane. Ah! But it does not sound. It didn't sound good. It sounded like awful. Just shouting and shouting and shouting, like there's something wrong, like somebody's hijacking this plane, like something is wrong. And we looked at the front, and 2 rows in front of us, there's a couple with a young child. And they were shouting at the child, because the child was not responding. About 10 seconds after, the flight attendants all ran up, trying to figure out what's going on. And I was like that kid is is knocked out. There's something wrong with that kid. And the parents shouting got louder and louder and louder, trying to wake up their kid. About 30 seconds after that, over the telephone, whatever, they were saying, hey, do we have any doctors or nurses on the plane? There's a medical emergency. We need a doctor or a nurse. My wife's a doctor. So I looked at my wife, I'm like, you should go. And she's like, she's asleep. She's like, huh? Go where? What do you mean? What's going on? She was not ready for this. She has no idea what's going on. So I saw she was asleep. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna decide for you. Okay, like you're going. She's like, huh? Okay, whatever. I trust you. She doesn't even know what she's going to. I just dragged her up. She got up there and she was like, oh. Right, and we saw the parents and the kid was not responding. The kid was blue, which is not normal, okay, for a kid. And then for her, I watched one of the greatest demonstrations of leadership. She's not a pediatrician. She doesn't know what to do with this kid beyond basic first aid, like make sure his airways are clear, make sure he's breathing. Beyond that, no medical school taught her what to do. She was not prepared. Okay, but she went in there, half asleep, stayed calm, asked the right questions, got everybody around her doing what they could do to ensure that the best care was given for this kid. They found out there wasn't a lot of things on the plane that they could use, okay? So she reached out to the ground team and said, hey, I need like a professional, like a medical doctor on the ground that's gonna talk me through it if something's needed. But she did what she could with what she had. Okay, and then one thing she did was what do you call that? Like one of the things you do to wake up, you like shock the body to try and wake them up. She did that because that was what she knew. Did that, and the kid started crying. And everyone was like, oh, keep crying. The kid, we're like, yes, good. Crying is good. We're telling the parents, calm down. Crying is good. Keep him crying, because we want him like aware. We want him to like keep him crying. He kept crying. We were just like, yes, keep crying. It's the best, right? And then by the time we landed, it was fine. It was all good. So. Now, to answer your question, why was that leadership? She was not prepared. She's not a pediatrician. She's not an expert in that setting. But on the whole plane, she's the best we got. Whether she likes it or not, she's the best. And that's the hardest thing about leadership when you're not the perfect leader yet. And by the way, there's no perfect leader. Everybody's still growing. But at the start, when you don't have that confidence, you still got to lead. For her, she had no confidence because she wasn't trained, but she still had to go into a life and death situation because she was the best that they had at the time. So if you're the best that you have, that they have, that's all you need. So the responsibility of the leader is not to know everything, but it's just to be that pillar of, I don't know it all. I'm not perfect, but I'm here. I'm here. She was there. Everybody was nervous until she rocked up. Everybody was scared until she rocked up, and she held everybody's nerves on herself, even though she wasn't ready. That's the price of leadership. Not knowledge, not experience, is you ready to carry your team and their doubts and their failures on your shoulder. And if you're willing to do that, you're going to be better than any leader who knows it all or whatever. All of that you will know, you will learn. Okay? But I know you. We've talked to you. I've talked to you before. Okay? Like your heart to lead people, your heart for people. That's the true meaning of leadership.
Yes.
So I think you got everything. You got everything already. Okay? You got this.
All right. So leadership, right? So you got it. You got the leadership. All right. Cool. 2 more questions, guys. Who's next? All right, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hello, mentor. It's me again.
Hi.
So, any advice for those associates who overthinks their business? So, whenever, for example, when the pre-judging is setting in.
Prejudging, yeah, we all do that. Look, the short answer is don't do it. Can I stop there? Is that good enough? No, seriously, is that good enough? Just don't do it. Or do you want more?
More.
But more makes you overthink. If I don't give you more, that's it, that's all you got. So then you just don't do it. I'm not gonna talk to you, I'm gonna talk to these guys. Don't listen, close your ears. The thing with overthinking is, it's like, you know, we've all been to a restaurant, right? And there's too many things on the menu, and you sit there for half an hour going, what do I pick? And then the waiter's getting angry. They're like, can't you make up your mind? I'm like, you gave me too much choice. Right? When you have too much choice, it's actually not good for you. We went to a restaurant yesterday, 4 items on the menu, 1 was sold out, we had 3 left. We ordered number 1, number 2, because number 3 is spicy. We don't like spicy. 1 and 2, easy, right? We ordered in 30 seconds, we got the food in 2 minutes. And we're out in like 20 minutes. Very good money-making strategy, right? But the more information you have, the more you seek, the more you get into this analysis paralysis, and it's really bad for you, and you just have to simplify it. You have to simplify it. What is scary about making a decision, you're not overthinking, I feel. Most people who overthink, they're not overthinking, they're just scared. You're scared to commit to something, to make a decision. Because you want to know everything. You want to know everything about somebody. You want to know that they're not rejecting. You want to do everything perfectly, right? But the reality is that's never going to happen. Do you have kids, Sean?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Well, when you have a kid, you can overthink your kids. Am I doing the right thing? Am I being the perfect parent? But, you know, you can't do that. You gotta let kids be kids. You do your best with what you have, and then that's it, right? You can't micromanage a child and feed them the exact amount of Usanimals. There are certain things beyond your control, and that's fine. Okay, but honestly, instead of trying to analyze it, because I spent a lot of time trying to analyze and get people to analyze themselves and all that sort of stuff, right? It contributes to the problem. Instead, take action and prove to yourself that that action is not scary. Take action, fail, and go, oh, the failure doesn't hurt, let me try again, right? Oh, I succeeded this time. Then you're building evidence of success in your head. So you don't have to think about all the micro things anymore and overthink it, because it doesn't matter. Okay, all you want is to take that action and start believing in yourself and start building that confidence. Even if you succeed, great, that's positive evidence. If you fail, you're learning, that's positive evidence. Either way, if you take action, you win. Okay, so back to my original answer, ignore everything I just said. Just don't overthink. Don't make it a choice, just do it. And if you do it, you'll always win. You either get experience or you get somebody buying your product or signing up. That's a win either way. If you're not doing it, you're just thinking. You're getting none of those things. You're not learning and you're not getting a sale. You lose. You just don't do it. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, no overthinking. All right, last question, guys. Last question. Yes.
Hi, we met in the library.
Hello, mentor.
Hi.
Mentor, can you give advice for, especially for people who like, they really saw how great the Usana business is, but they're taking so long in the business and they're not actually cannot see results and growth. So, di ko alam punta. So, like, they saw how great or how good the Usana business is, and they're not quitting. They know themselves that they don't want to quit, but they're not making any progress.
Yeah. Great question. Great question. I wish I had a whiteboard. I could draw some circles. No, I'm going to use my circles. Yeah? Is there a whiteboard? Someone says there's a whiteboard somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
I just draw on the wall?
Whiteboard marker.
Oh.
Surely that's not a whiteboard.
You'll be banned in this office.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss here?
Chung Kim.
Shung will kill me.
Chung Kim.
Shung will kill me. I know Shung. He'll kill me. He's so scary. Oh, really? Do I?
The whiteboard's coming too.
I love Korea. I can just write on the wall.
Yeah. A whiteboard marker. They'll come up with
This is my last training ever at Usana. Thank you for your question. Oh gosh. I'll start without a whiteboard. Oh wow, they're wheeling one in. That is crazy.
It's the full experience with
Yeah.
Louie Q.
Wow. Okay, I can't write on the wall. Dude, I'm glad I checked. I'm actually really
Now you have a whiteboard.
Okay, here we go. Thank you.
Ay, saan?
Hindi, meron na doon.
Meron.
All right, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Library Bro, can you ask the question again, just so people? Thank you. You got this, man. Don't be shy. You got this. Just so everybody's aware. Okay. You got this. Okay. I'm glad. It's cool.
Hello, mentor. I'm Carlo from Philippines, and my question is, you know how good and how great Usana is. You can see that this is really the business that you're gonna be the first generation that's gonna be
Yeah.
go up your family, your generation, and like you're not quitting, and you know yourself you're not gonna quit. You're not like those quitters, but you stay so long in the business, and you seems like you're not growing. So how can you give advice to those kinds of people?
Okay.
Thank you.
I got Carlo. I got two answers for you. I got the science answer and then the non-science answer. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, but I just want to break that down for you. This is how I think. This is my brain. Okay, I studied science. I'm thinking science. My science brain. If I believe in Usana, what is the evidence of my belief? Am I brainwashed, or is there evidence? There's evidence, right? What's the evidence? I look around and I see, okay, people are doing well. This person's made it, this person's made it. Okay, Usana's a publicly traded company, they're making more sales every year and all that sort of stuff. Okay, like it's growing, it's good. The products, they're good. That's what forms my belief. You bring that into, you put that into context. Why are you not doing well versus somebody who's doing well? Usana is the same for everybody. What's the difference? And it all comes down to what I call identity and how you see yourself. Okay, I talk about these circles a lot, which is these two circles, they form how you see yourself, your own identity. Okay, both parts are equally important. Okay, the top is what you do, and the bottom is who you are. So what do you do? You have a job, like a day job. You're full time in your business. What do you do, Carlo? You got a full-time job? What do you do? What's like a one word? Okay, you're an engineer. I'm not gonna write that, just gonna put an E there. Okay, you're a civil engineer. Do you have a family? Okay, but you have like not your own, you're not married, but like you got parents, you got uncles, okay? So you're a son, okay? You're maybe a nephew, I don't know, I'm making this up for you, okay? Maybe you're a nephew, okay? All of those things are roles that you do. Okay, maybe you have some responsibility in church. I don't know. Okay, I'm just making things up now. But all of those things make up what you do. Okay, and then you're a business owner. Okay. Most people just focus on the outside, what they do. So if something goes well, they got a promotion, your business is going well, you're growing, you're hitting incentive trips and everything's great. Your identity is awesome because it's good. But who knows that in life, what you do goes up and down sometimes. Okay, you're gonna get a job and maybe like a bad boss comes in and you get fired. Oh, right, so you get rid of employment. What happens then is your identity becomes a little bit worse. But the outside here, everything in what you do, including your business, including your relationship with your parents, including everything that you do, it'll go up and down. But in the middle here, who you are, that's what stays still. So if I was to ask you, if you weren't employed, if you couldn't use your parents as something, your uncle or your business, if I strip away all of that, who are you? Yeah, who? What are you? Who? Tell me. Does anyone have like a real clear answer to that? It's hard, because it's easier to say I'm an engineer, I'm a business owner. That's easy. But if you can't say, oh, who, like deep down, if I peel away who are you? That's hard, right? But everything in here is your character. What's something like character? Loyalty, that's a character. Determination, perseverance, those are character traits. Okay, those are who you actually are. Those are the things that you want people to talk about at your funeral, right? It's a weird example, but imagine at your funeral, your son is like, my dad was the greatest engineer ever. Like, you feel, right? You want to be, my dad was the most loving dad ever. That feels better, right? You want people to talk about who you are, yet most people don't even know who we are. We just know what we do. Right? Okay, now let's apply that to your Usana business. If you're not sure who you are on the inside, what characters you're driving, when the outside, when business, that's business. Business is like stagnant and you're not growing, which happens to everybody, it's cool, it's normal. Your identity goes down with it because this outside is all you got, right? Inside, there's no more power, the outside is all you got. So you start going down. And then you start questioning, I'm not a quitter, but am I a succeeder? Business, I've been around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Nothing's working, right? Your identity starts going down. And that's dangerous because when your identity starts going down, we act and we behave and we do everything based on how we see ourselves. We've seen people, Jimmy Butler, man. Okay, if anyone NBA player. Like you've seen people where like they don't give up. Like they just have that mentality, they know exactly who they are, and when something goes against them, they just push right through. Those people are scary in the best ways. Those are the scary people, okay? Because they know exactly who they are. So if they're doing well, they're unstoppable. If they're not doing well, you know they're gonna get up. Because their identity is not based on what they do, but it's based on who they are. So, going back to your question. If somebody is in business for 5 years, they believe in everything, but they're not doing anything, in my head, it's because they've identified as a failure. Usana's not the failure. Usana's good. Usana's great. Everybody else can succeed, but not me. What? Then you're not having to go at Usana. You're declaring yourself a failure. That's the identity that you've taken on. And how do you overcome that is to focus on the inside, focus on your character. Okay, so back to you, Carlos. Name a few character traits that you would use to describe you. positive ones. Does anybody here like good friends with Carlos? Like, Carlo, your friends? Yeah, can you pass the mic to them? All right. Can you just one word? What is like a positive character trait? Be honest. Don't lie to him to his face. He's sitting right next to you. Okay. To his face, what is like an honest, truth character trait that's good about Carlo?
I would describe him mentor as determined. Very
Determined.
person.
Okay, you're determined. Okay, hold on. Let me write this down. You're determined. Next. That says determined. Who else?
Another one is he's consistent.
Consistent. I'm just gonna write C. What else? Anyone else know him?
He takes initiative.
Initiative. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop there because we're gonna go on forever. You got one more? Okay.
Yeah, he's proactive.
Sorry?
Proactive.
Proactive. Okay. You're determined, consistent, takes initiative, and you're proactive. That's who the people around you say you are on the inside. It has nothing to do with what you do. It's not a job, not a role. It's who you are. Okay. So, do you believe those things? Do you agree with those things?
Some.
Okay. And here's the problem. Right? Because you hate yourself the most. So when other people tell you, hey, you're good, you're like, oh, no, I'm not that good. Like it's completely pointless, right? If people, do you trust these guys?
Yes.
Are they gonna lie to you just for fun?
No.
No, okay. So everything they're saying about you, that's genuine. They mean that as people who know. I don't know you, so I can't say anything. Honestly, I don't know, but they know you. Okay, so if people around you are saying those things about you and they mean it, take it in, bro. Be like, okay, all right, start looking for evidence. In the past, when was the time I was determined? When was the time I was consistent? When was the time that I take initiative and I was proactive? Right? When did that happen? Start building yourself up until your whole identity becomes, yes, business owner, son, nephew, engineer, but also somebody who's consistent, determined, never giving up. And if that's your identity, it's going to be so hard for you to sit at home and do nothing for 5 years because that's who you are. You behave, everything you do is based on how you believe and how you see yourself to be. I can't sit at home and do nothing because of my identity, how I see myself. I'm made for more, so if I'm sitting at home, I feel like a slug. I'm like, this is so weird, like this is unnatural. You know, I need to do more. I need to impact more people because that's how I see myself. So I need you to start seeing yourself for who you actually are. Not lies, not like I'm not good enough, I'm not, like shut up. Everything out here changes for people. Business goes up and down, all good. Root your identity in here on who you are. So when business is good, great, stay consistent. When business is going bad, great, take initiative, be proactive, do some different things, learn new skills, and be determined not to quit. Use those character traits because that's who you are, bro. Okay, Colin? I'm glad they got the whiteboard.
All right, this was a good workshop for Carlo. All right, cool. Keep it up.
Cool.
All right, so, well, basically, can we give a round of applause for Louie? Thank you very much. Guys, did we learn a lot? Yeah! This was amazing, so far, amazing session, right? Yeah, glad you guys are here. Are you happy? Yeah! All right. So just to share, yeah, he's very determined because he almost, he didn't have money for auto order last week, right? He was telling me yesterday, right? And he was about to give up, but you pushed through. You did your auto order, right? Good job. Okay. All right, guys, so let's keep it going. All right, so yes, let's keep it going.
Yes.
Are you happy? Are you yeah, hungry? Hungry for more learning? All right, cool. So, all right, let's keep it up. But I want to say thank you again to Mr. Louie. you know, he didn't have to be here, right? He didn't have to be here, right? But he gave us time, right? He came to Usana office. He could have been with his team, you know, out, maybe wandering around, going, you know, different locations in Korea. But, you know, he's here to inspire us, to teach us, right? So the best thing we can do to thank him is apply it. Right? Application. So no more thinking. Alright. Okay. So guys, okay, to keep it going, alright, we have another mentor who's gonna share, alright, who's gonna train us, who's gonna give us more inspiration, more learnings. Okay, mas maraming basag. Okay? Alright. I'm not gonna, you know, tell so many stories. I'm gonna introduce him right away. Okay, this guy is a nurse. Okay, anyone nurse here? Lots of nurses. Okay, nurses from New York and from Dubai, right? From Dubai or UAE, right? So he's a nurse. He started Usana with no job experience as well. Okay, but now he's an executive 2-star diamond director. Right, from Philippines, let's welcome Mentor Ryan Tan.
Hi everyone. So, yeah, you may take your seats. So just like all of you, I really learned a lot from the training of Louie. So let's give him another round of applause. So as I was listening to everything that he had to say this afternoon, I had a short list of what I wanted to say, but as I was listening to him, now I realize there's nothing for me to add, so thank you. No, I'm kidding. But there are a couple of things that I picked from his sharing that I really want to echo because I really agree with some of the things he said. So one of the things that struck me from his sharing was when he said, Usana will always be what you make out of it. So it's really true. Throughout the years, I've been doing Usana for 14 years already. We've worked with so many people, and we are privileged to have worked with Louie also throughout the years, and we've seen him grow, struggle in the business, and push forward and grow further. So, of course, everybody here in this room, the fact that you flew here to Korea and committed to attend like a week of conventions and trainings and being here this afternoon, of course, there's that persistent desire in you. You also want to make it big in the business. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the fact that you're here and the fact that there's that desire, of course, if Usana is what you'll make out of it, definitely it's something big. There's something big that you see. There's something big that you want for yourself. But at the end of the day, having mentored and worked with a lot of people already, we always discuss with our co-leaders what separates the mediocre distributor from the top achievers. And do you want to know the difference?
Yes.
So, to us, and I think this is shared by so many diamonds, not only diamonds from the Philippines, but diamonds also from other countries, there are two traits that separates the top achievers from the mediocre ones. When I say mediocre ones, these are the ones who make good income, like $200, $400, $200, $400. Sometimes they hit as high as $600, $800, but they're never able to sustain a huge network. They're unable to sustain like a solid business income of like $1,000, $2,000 a week. And why is that so for so many people? It's because number one, these people, they only perform up to the extent that they're comfortable performing at. So what we've noticed, the top achievers, these are the people who are willing to be pushed, who are willing to perform, whether or not they're in the mood or not. So it means, if you really want to achieve the high levels of Usana, meaning diamond and beyond, it means no matter what your emotional state is, no matter what your personal circumstances are, you should work with a mentor and set goals with them. So you should never sit in a corner and wallow in your problems and feel sorry for yourself, because that achieves nothing and that really just wastes your time. So here, no matter where you are right now, of course, you need to collect yourself. But at the end of the day, always reach out to your mentor. Always be engaged. Always be close to your team. Always surround yourself with positive people and work towards your goals.
Yes.
So that's number one. That's something that we see among the top performers. And the second thing that we see common among all the diamond directors of Usana is that they all have a sense of urgency. So everybody wants to be big, everybody wants to grow exponentially. But at the end of the day, how urgent is that for you? How pressing is your next goal for you? How soon do you want that for yourself? So at the end of the day, we're gonna invest like a day here and then another day tomorrow to explore Korea. We're gonna attend like 3 days of convention. But after you go out of that convention, what's the goal for you? What's the goal for yourself? What's the goal for your business? What's the goal for your team? Because at the end of the day, definitely all the 12,000 people attending the convention, they're gonna come out inspired. We're all gonna go out of Kintex so electrified. But at the end of the day, it's only just gonna be like 5 or 10% of the people attending who'd set goals for themselves and who'd really have that sense of urgency to achieve those goals for themselves and for their teams. So as early as now, even before the convention starts, I think it's very, very important, since you're already here, you're already with your mentors, you're already with diamond directors from other countries, take time to invite them for coffee, invite them to dinner, and just ask them to give you tips, advice, what's still achievable for the rest of the year, what you should be accomplishing in the next month or so, and really go for those goals. And as you develop that habit of being pushed and setting goals and just really running after them, you'd be surprised what you'd be able to achieve in like a year's time, 3 years time, and 5 years time in the business. So as I end, I would just like to share what happened for Mentor Raj and I, since we're business partners. He already shared earlier, the first time we attended the convention together, we really had no network who flew with us to Hong Kong. So it was just like the two of us. And as we were looking around, we really felt so small because the other teams, they had like 50 downlines with them. The others, they brought like hundreds of downlines with them. And when we went there, it was just like the two of us. So pathetic. We were already like 4 years in the business. But the following year, when we told our team, come on, let's go to Singapore, let's all attend the Asia Pacific Convention. So from 2, we were able to grow like to 10 attendees. And years later, at the convention, just before the pandemic, our biggest attendance at AP was like 137. So coming from just 2 distributors, we were already like 137. And now there's almost 100 plus of us because of the pesky visa requirement, since this is a visa country for Filipinos. But we're still so overwhelmed to see how we were able to grow the network throughout the years. So right now, if you're seated there, you're wondering, will I really be able to grow my network as big as my uplines? At the end of the day, it's not a question of the capacity. It's not even a question of the possibility, because it has been done time and again. You've been able to see it done, achieved in the Philippines, in Asia, in Australia, in Europe. So wherever you're building, definitely there's a market to be grown. Because sometimes when I listen to distributors from the Philippines, they would always tell us, Mentor, it's so difficult to build in the Philippines because the people here, the average income in the Philippines is only like $300 a month. So that's what I hear from distributors in the Philippines. But then again, when I talk to the group of Louie or Helen Song or distributors from Canada and our co-leaders from the US, they tell us it's so difficult to build in the US because the people here, they earn so much. So, for me, it's like, okay, so where do you build? Because it's so built, according to people, it's so difficult to build in a country where people earn so little, but it's also difficult to build in a country where people earn so much. So at the end of the day, it's not really about where you're building. It's not about the market or whether you're in Asia or in Europe. It's never about that. It's always about you as a leader. It's always about the vision that you have for your team, how you intend to grow your leadership, and the leadership of the leaders in your team. And as you keep those in mind, you push for your goals, and you grow your team, you'd really be surprised throughout the years. Count it like a year, 3 years, 5 years from now. Eventually, you'd end up becoming one of the solid diamond directors in the company. And we're just so excited for the next 4 days. Because Raj and I, we were able to go to Peru last year to attend the Executive Diamond Summit. And when we were there, we were so surprised all the attendees there were, of course, executive diamonds from all over the world. But like 80% of the qualifiers there were like Korean diamond directors. And of course, when we went there, we were proud because we were diamond, so we're like cut above all the rest of the diamonds. And we're like executive at 2-star. But when we went there with Jericho or Lina, as we were mingling with the other diamond directors, we were so surprised. There were diamonds there at 6-star pin level. They're executive. So there were other attendees. They're executive at 8-star diamond level. So in our 7 days of that executive diamond trip, we were able to learn a lot from the diamond directors of Korea. And right now, we're just so extremely excited for you guys because the people we learned from that trip, they're actually the ones you're gonna be meeting in the next 4 days.
Wow.
So, our advice is, the moment you go to Kindex, of course, you want to be seated together as a team, you want to be seated close to your mentors, but really take time to mingle with the diamond directors of other countries, learn from them, and probably just try to invite them for coffee or I don't know, to share a thing or two to you and your team because there's definitely a lot of things to learn in this convention. So that's it from me, guys. So thank you all for coming this afternoon and see you at Kindex.
Alright, guys, so make sure you talk to different distributors, right? Golds, rubies, emerald, diamonds, right? So you're gonna learn a lot from them, right? Especially if you're running for gold, you want to push gold. Make sure you talk to lots of gold directors, right? Because that's the level you want to be at, right? So you know what it takes to get there, right? Okay, so let's keep it rolling. All right, we have another diamond director, and not just a diamond director. We have another executive 3-star diamond director in the room. Okay, so right, from the energy level of Mentor Ryan, right? Did you feel the energy? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So it was very, straight energy, so not going up, not going down, consistency. Right? That's what he learned from Mentor Ryan. So, but let's take it up a notch. Alright, or 10 notches up, yeah? Alright, let's welcome our executive 3-star diamond director, Mentor Rich Time!
Hello! Wow! See, Louie, I took a lot of notes. Yeah. And I'd like to share 3 things, no? Okay, I'm still translating it in English. You know how Filipinos are, right? We translate it in English first. Then if we translate too much, our nose would bleed. Right? So, but kidding aside, you've seen the diamonds talk, okay? And another common thing about them is they don't want to live small lives. Right? So, first tip for you guys, don't live small lives, Let others live small lives, but not you. Okay, correct? If it's correct, you tap your secret. Okay, you said, live a big life. Let others live a small life, but not you. Okay? Tagalog na Tagalog, no? It's very Filipino English. You need English. Okay, Tagalog English. Okay? Then, if you only know, human beings can really change the course of their lives. Yeah. We're not animals. We're not pigs or we're not chickens. They live as chickens. They die as chickens, right? Or sometimes roasted chicken or barbecue chicken, right? But we're human beings. You've heard from the story a while ago. Louie started. He experienced eating like small food, then bigger food and bigger what you call this, bigger portions, right? So and you've heard Raj and Ryan's story as well. And let's also recognize Mads and Josh, another diamond director. Look from our end of the back. from Diamonds, I would like you to take home right now is we never settle. Even if the world tells us to settle, it's easier to settle, it's easier to blend in, it's easier to be comfortable, we never settle. Agree?
Yes.
Are you still here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You want hungry people? We'll create hungry people. Okay? Hungry for food. What happened to me in convention, my first convention was in Hong Kong. Okay? I was gold and my downline was running for gold. Your upline, Mentor Ivy, another diamond also coming here. She was running her third week for gold director when we came here. Okay? Then, of course, after that, we achieved her gold director. But after achieving gold, after attending convention, we went home. That my first week was first week Ruby director. Then second week Ruby director. Then third week Ruby director. Then fourth week Ruby director. Okay? Same goes the next year. Okay? We went home. My first week was first week emerald. First week, second week emerald. Third week, fourth week. Same goes next year. Okay? First week diamond, second week diamond, third week diamond, fourth week diamond. Why? No? Ask me why.
Why?
Because you see, during conventions, okay, you see that it's very possible. Right? You absorb all the energy, you absorb all the knowledge and wisdom. Please, when you go to convention, don't just take pictures with them. No, you won't get rich with the pictures. Okay? You take a picture, then you ask for 1 or 2 tips, then you write it down. Better if you record it. So your downlines, when you go home, you could send it to them, you could show it to them, or you could review it. Right? Better if you do a selfie recording, and you ask the tip. So you have a memory. That's why you have to clear all of your memory. You will delete useless photos and videos. Okay? Because I see a lot of downlines during convention, they just take photo and nothing would happen. It's just in the phone. After 1 year, they're still there and you're still the same rank. Right? So during conventions, make sure you get tips. Make sure you maximize everything. We're not here just to play around, not just to tour Korea. Of course, you can tour Korea, you have fun. Tomorrow we'll go to Everland, right? Have fun, right? And but make sure you get a return of your investment. Make sure you earn more from that. Because some of our people, unlike the rich countries, who have a problem enrolling people because they have so much money. Right? So, good problem. We, on the other hand, we're getting hungry, you know? So anyway, in our country. But kidding aside, where was I? The joke was too long. Video. Ano? ROI, okay. You make sure that you get a return of investment at the same time you earn. At the same time you grow. Ask me why? Why? So that next year you have a story to tell to your downlines. So this happened to me after convention, right? Correct? And that story, they would remember, okay, mentor Rich or my upline went there and something good happened. They grew after convention. Let's go together with them next year. And the story gets passed on. Instead of your just story, okay, we had fun and we rode the roller coaster. And that's it. No? Right? And we pack away stuff. We keep packing. And that's it. Filipino joke. So anyway, going back. Saan na ba ako? Okay. So, no. That's a joke. It's too long. I have to give them something of value. Okay, so I shared never settle. Okay, I shared a convention. And one thing, I need to share something. Forgot, and it's my notes. Forgot. What was I going to say, Louie? see, there's really no, what you call this? There's no judgment which country you are, which age you are, which background you are. The identity, I remember already. Because diamonds, they know they are really diamonds inside. Regardless of what the people say, regardless of the rejections. One time, I was invited in a convention, US convention, and I was just emerald at time. And it was a diamond panel. Remember that? I was wearing the green barong.
You had the gold hair.
I had the gold hair, right? Young and wild and free, right? Okay? And I was asking the US corporate, did you invite me there? I'm still an emerald, I'm not that. I was just the only emerald in the whole diamond panel. Okay? She said, you don't need to be a diamond rank to be a true diamond. You know, deep inside you, you are a diamond. Right? I'm trying not to cry because all of these tears are coming from all the hardship, all the challenges, all of the leadership, that you just have to do it even if you don't know how to do it. Because you're the best person there, right? And as you know, it's very hard for us to become diamond directors in the Philippines, unlike in Australia. And you know, I really would like to re-echo what Louie said. Hold on to your identity. Okay? Regardless how the world thinks of you, regardless of your current situation, regardless of how your Usana business is doing. You know, you are a true diamond. Okay? And just tell the person on your side, you are a true diamond. And right? So you can pass it even at the back. Okay? Because we're used to passing it on the side. You pass it at the back too. Okay? So, okay? So, with that, let's have fun. Enjoy the convention. And meet a lot of diamonds and be that diamond in the future. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, alright. So guys, did you guys learn a lot? Yeah. Was it worth it? Yes. Alright. So even with the jokes, right? Not real, but yeah, we all pushed through and we finished it. Alright. So just to end it all, of course, have fun, learn a lot, enjoy the convention. I just want to share. So at one time, we were Ruby directors, and there was a training for, I think, golds and rubies and emeralds in the Philippines. So Sir David Malang came, and we were the ones invited. Right? So like you guys are here, right? And the goal, for all the speakers is, for everyone here who's not a gold yet, raise your hand. You're not a gold yet, okay? So of course our goal is to tell you to go for gold. Right? And for the golds to go for ruby and emerald, and for the emeralds to go for diamond, right? So we were in that training, and we knew what was gonna happen. We were gonna be, pushed to you need to become a diamond, right? Mindsetting, right? And you become a, what we call it acne, alam ko na yan, right? But I know it. I know what you're trying to do, right? And Sir David was there. He started with something else. Growth and all that stuff. And in the end, he was like, yeah, it's nice that you're gold, you're rubies, emeralds, but life starts at diamond. Right? That's what he said. And, me and Ryan, we were like, yeah, here we go again. Let's go for diamond. Right? Because there's always that voice inside you who just like, just trying to push us, brainwash us, mindset us to go for more. Right? Which is not a bad thing, that's our job. Right? So that's what I want to do what everyone, all the diamonds want to do, right? But then even though we knew what he was trying to do, we allowed it to happen. Right? So you don't resist. Right? If you're upline selling, you can do it, don't resist. Right? Allow it. Right? Go for gold, go for ruby, emerald, diamond. And guys, what happened? When we finally became diamond, we were like, yeah, he was right. Yeah, we were like, yeah, diamond is something else. The freedom that you get, the travels that you get, the mindset is different, right? You're on a different level. It's like after that you can do anything, right? There are no limits because you've learned how to do the business. And it's not just once, not just gold, ruby, emerald. You've done it at least 4 times. You've built a team, right? So for everyone here, after all the training, after all the talks, I know you enjoyed it, but if you think we're just trying to mindset you, we are. Right? And allow it to happen, right? Because the goal is to become the next diamond.
Yes!
Right? The diamond. So whichever rank you're at right now, whether it's believer, sharer, builder, director, go up fast. Right? Go to bronze fast, go to emerald, go to because we need to reach diamond as soon as possible. Alright? Right? So if you get stuck, it's gonna take you a lot of time to get diamond. Alright? So everyone, let's go diamond.
Yes!
Let's keep working, let's keep